for an ultimate entertainment experience. An all-round gist with your spicy honey drops and Radio King Classic every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2:30 to 4 p.m. for it.
You're listening or watching Radio Afinju. The time is 6 p.m.
Ẹ bá mi pè o. Àfínjú. Kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? Àfínjú. Rédíò. Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Lórí WhatsApp. Àfínjú. Instagram. Àfínjú. Facebook. Àfínjú. Lórí X. Àfínjú. Lórí YouTube. Àfínjú. Lórí TikTok. Àfínjú. Kí lorúkọ rẹ̀? Àfínjú. Ẹ bá mi pè o. Àfínjú. Rédíò. Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ Àfínjú. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń wo Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú. Rédíò Àfínjú.
Stay informed with news on Radio Afinju.
First, a look at the highlights. Tinubu pays tribute to cultural icon Mike Ejiaga and Obisia Nwakwa. Thailand and Cambodia reinforce troops along disputed border. Riot police and protesters clash after LA immigration raids. Good evening and welcome to the World News on Radio Afinju. My name is Durotoye. The news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has joined the nation in mourning the passing of legendary Igbo folklorist, songwriter and musician Mike Ejiaga, who died yesterday at the age of 95. President Tinubu extended his heartfelt condolences to the family, friends and fans of the late cultural icon, according to a statement issued by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononga. Tinubu reflected on Ejiaga's remarkable contribution to preserving Igbo culture through his music and storytelling. The president also commiserated with the family and friends of boxing legend Obisia Nwakwa, who died on June 2nd, 2025 at 75. Nwakwa represented Nigeria at the 1972 Summer Olympics in Munich, competing in the light welterweight division. Tinubu noted that Nigeria's sporting community and Nigerians will long remember the legendary boxer and coach for the honor he brought to the country in the ring and the exciting moments he gave to fans throughout his career. The president prayed for the peaceful repose of his soul and divine comfort for all who mourn him. The Edo State Governor, Monday Okpebolo, said that the defection of Akwa Ibom State Governor Umo Eno from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress will benefit the South-South region. While congratulating Eno in a statement by his chief press secretary, Okpebolo commended his colleagues' bold and courageous decision to align with the progressive ideals and national vision of the APC. This move, he noted, demonstrates a profound commitment to the advancement and development of Akwa Ibom State, ensuring its seamless integration into the federal government's developmental agenda under the renewed hope mantra of President Bola Tinubu. Meanwhile, the Commissioner for Works and Fire Service, Enoy Banga, and the Finance Commissioner, Almond Bob, have refuted rumors in the social media that they have refused to join Governor Umo Eno in his defection to the All Progressives Congress, APC, in the state. A statement signed by Information Officer in the Ministry of Works, Evelyn Udobia, for the Commissioner and made available to journalists in Uyo stated that Enoy Banga had defected to APC with Governor Umo, contrary to speculations that he had resigned to protest the governor's defection from PDP to APC. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has asked Benue State Governor Hyacinth Alia to name the politicians he said are behind the killings in the state. The Benue chapter of the PDP, in a statement today, accused the governor of engaging in a blame game over the killings. The opposition party was reacting to Alia's comments during a live interview where he accused the Benue political office holders in Abuja of being behind the insecurity in the state. PDP, in the statement signed by its publicity secretary, Tim Nyo, described the governor's allegations as an attempt at political escapism, which is not only irresponsible but also dangerously distracts from the urgent and substantive measures needed to address the crisis. The party views such reckless scapegoating by the governor as deeply disheartening and counterproductive. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has taken a former staff of the Court of Appeal, Munirat Abdulaziz, to court over alleged involvement in a job racketeering scam. This was contained in a statement signed by Director, Public Enlightenment and Education, Demola Bakari, today. According to the statement, she was arraigned before Justice Godwin Ihabunke of the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Buari, Abuja, on charges of defrauding job seekers by promising them employment in top government agencies like the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, the Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, and the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA. According to the ICPC, Munirat, also known as Jumai, collected a total of 9.2 million naira from 8 unsuspecting victims between September 2022 and July 2023 under false promises of giving them federal jobs. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has confirmed that all 484 Nigerian pilgrims affected by a fire incident at their hotel on Shari Mansur Street in Makkah are safe and accounted for. The incident occurred around 12 p.m. KSA time today. The affected hotel, identified as Emiratus Sanan, was accommodating pilgrims from 6 Nigerian private tour operator companies. Despite the scare, NACAN has reported no casualties and all pilgrims have been safely relocated to Mina. According to a statement signed by Assistant Director, Information and Publications Division, Fatima Usara, for the Chairman and CEO of NACAN, Immediate emergency response by Saudi authorities and the hotel management helped to contain the fire swiftly and prevent it from spreading all over the building. Following the incident, NACAN's chairman and CEO, Abdullahi Usman, accompanied by the Commissioner of Policy, Personnel Management and Finance, Aliu Abdurazak, and Deputy Marca Coordinator, Alidu Shuti, promptly visited the site. In Asia, Thailand has reinforced its military presence along a disputed border with Cambodia following an increase in troops on the other side, Thailand's Defense Minister Phuntham Wechayachai said earlier today. Tensions between the two Southeast Asian countries have been simmering since a Cambodian soldier was killed on May 28 in a brief conflict in an undemarcated border area. For days, the two Southeast Asian governments have been exchanging carefully worded statements committing to dialogue. But Wechayachai, who also serves as Thailand's deputy prime minister, said Cambodia had rejected proposals in bilateral talks held that could have led to a de-escalation. In a separate statement, the Thai army said Cambodian soldiers and civilians had repeatedly made incursions into Thailand's territory. In the United Kingdom, a yellow warning for thunderstorms has been issued by the Met Office for large parts of England and Wales. The warning, which covers the majority of southern England, parts of the Midlands and most of South Wales, came into effect from 9 o'clock British Standard Time today and lasts until 6 o'clock p.m. Around 10 to 15 mm of rain could fall in less than an hour, while some places could see 30 to 40 mm of rain over several hours from successive showers and storms, the Met Office says. The UK's weather agency also warned that frequent lightning, hail and strong gusty winds would be additional hazards. After a record-breaking spring, the weather has been distinctly unsettled since the start of June, with wetter, windier and cooler temperatures than are typical for the start of meteorological summer. In Europe, Russia bombarded Ukraine's second-largest city with massive strikes in the early hours of today, its mayor said, killing at least 3 people one night after Moscow carried out one of the war's largest aerial assaults on Ukraine. Russia has conducted extensive attacks on Ukraine in recent days in what is being viewed as retaliation for an audacious drone operation by Kyiv that debilitated more than a third of Moscow's strategic cruise missile carriers. The northeastern city of Kharkiv, which sits about 30 kilometers from the Russian border, was shaken by at least 40 explosions today, according to a telegram post by Mayor Igor Terekov. Video released by emergency services showed a large fire burning in a multi-story apartment block in the Osnovyanki district in the city's southwest, where Terekov said 2 people had died. He said 1 person was also killed in a strike that hit a house in the Kievsky district to the north. In response to the assault, Ukrainian Foreign Minister Andriy Sybiha said that Russia continues its terror against civilians while calling for more pressure to be exerted on Moscow to put an end to Russia's killing and destruction. French President Emmanuel Macron will visit Greenland on June 15th and meet both Greenland Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen and Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, his presidency said in a statement earlier today. The French presidency added that the talks between the leaders will focus on North Atlantic and Arctic security, climate change, energy transition and critical minerals. In the Americas, U.S. riot police and protesters clashed in downtown Los Angeles following federal immigration raids across the city, in which dozens of people were reportedly taken into custody. A Homeland Security investigation spokesperson told the Los Angeles Times that federal agents were executing search warrants related to the harboring of people illegally in the country. Security forces lined up wielding batons and what appeared to be tear gas rifles after authorities ordered crowds to disperse around dusk. A footage showed armed immigration officers using unmarked vans to detain multiple people as crowds gather. An LA police spokesperson said police on the scene of the protest had declared an unlawful assembly, meaning that those who failed to leave the area were subject to arrest. LGBTQ plus people from around the world will march through the streets of Washington in a joyful celebration meant to show defiance to President Donald Trump's rollback of queer rights. The parade route will come within 1 block of the White House grounds in one of the final main events of the weeks-long World Pride celebration. On Sunday, a more political event dubbed a rally and march will convene at the Lincoln Memorial, a revered space in the U.S. civil rights movement as the site of Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech in 1963. Events will play out in the U.S. Capitol in the wake of the Trump administration's measures to curtail LGBTQ plus rights. The Republican president has issued executive orders limiting transgender rights, banning transgender people from serving in the armed forces, and rescinding anti-discrimination policies for LGBTQ plus people as part of a campaign to repeal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. In the Middle East, Israel has retrieved the body of a Thai national taken hostage during the Hamas-led attack on October 2023. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz says. He said the body of Natapong Pinta was retrieved during a special operation in the Rafah area of southern Gaza. The 35-year-old was working as an agricultural laborer in southern Israel when he was kidnapped. Natapong is likely to have been killed during his first month of captivity, an Israeli military official said. Before the operation, it was not known whether he was dead or alive. It comes after the Israeli army recovered the bodies of 2 Israeli Americans in Gaza earlier this week. Natapong had been working at Kibbutz Nir Oz to support his family in Thailand when he was captured by a militant group called the Mujahideen Brigades. The Israel Defense Forces said in a statement that the mission to recover his body was launched following information from the interrogation of a captured terrorist. Still in the Middle East, Iran has sharply criticized United States President Donald Trump's travel ban on its nationals and those of several countries, calling it racist and a sign of deep-rooted hostility towards Iranians and Muslims. Trump earlier this week signed an executive order that bars and restricts travelers from 19 countries, including several African and Middle Eastern nations. The policy, set to take effect on Monday, echoes measures introduced during Trump's previous term in office from 2017 to 2001. In the executive order, Trump said he must act to protect the national security of the United States. Alireza Hashemi Raja, who heads the Iranian Ministry of Foreign Affairs Department for Iranians abroad, said the decision reveals the dominance of a supremacist and racist mentality among American policymakers. Now talking sports. Portugal captain Cristiano Ronaldo says he will not play at this month's Club World Cup after turning down offers from participating teams. The 40-year-old is out of contract with Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr at the end of June. In May, FIFA President Gianni Infantino raised the prospect of Ronaldo joining a team involved at the Club World Cup after Al Nassr's failure to qualify. Ronaldo posted on social media that the chapter is over following Al Nassr's final league game of the season in May, leading to speculation he was set for a move. Hannah Klugman's turning run at French Open fell short at the last as the British teenager was beaten by Lily Tagger in the French Open girls single final. Klugman became the first British player to make it through to a junior final as Roland Garros in 49 years, but was beaten 6-2, 6-0 by the impressive Austrian. Klugman has won LTA junior national titles in Britain and reached the third round of qualifying for Wimbledon last year at the age of 15 and is poised for a major breakthrough. Before we go, here again are the highlights. President Bola Tinubu has joined the nation in mourning the passing of legendary Igbo folklorist, songwriter and musician Mike Ejeagha, who died on Friday at the age of 95. The president also commiserated with the family and friends of boxing legend Obisia Nwakpa, who died on June 2nd, 2025 at the age of 75. Elsewhere, Thailand has reinforced its military presence along a disputed border with Cambodia following an increase in troops on the other side, Thailand's defense minister Phuntham Wechayachai said earlier today. And in the Americas, U.S. riot police and protesters clashed in downtown Los Angeles following federal immigration raids across the city, in which dozens of people were reportedly taken into custody. That was the world news on Radio Afinju. To view our channel, please follow Radio Afinju on Facebook, X, and YouTube. My name is Durotoye. Thanks for listening. Good evening.